Don't be afraid to put yourself first, at least sometimes. Alright, let's get my serious glasses on. Also guys, stick around for the end of the video. I have something I want to tell you. Okay, so hello YouTube. How you guys doing today? First off, thank you so much for watching. Today we're going to talk about when it is and is or not okay to put yourself first. So I've had this reoccurring theme with a couple of friends of mine, as well as some of you guys who have reached out to me with this issue with putting yourself first beforehand, or not beforehand, but before other people. A lot of people feel like putting themselves first is a negative thing or is not a good thing to do. And I'll admit that for at least a good 10 years of my life, from like 12 to 22, I had the serious issue with deciding, hey, should I put myself first? Then no, I shouldn't put myself first. Especially me being a feeler, like I love helping other people or just to do good things for other people. But to be honest, and this is actually a good friend of mine, Carrie Brown, kind of forced this mentality onto me. That sounds brutal. There is nothing wrong with allowing yourself to pick yourself first. There is nothing wrong with putting yourself before other people. I think the problem comes with a lot of people have this stigma that if you're putting yourself first, you're either egotistical, you don't give a shit about other people, or you just don't like other people more than you like yourself. And that's not all true. I think it's very important to put yourself first in a lot of situations. Now, don't get me wrong, there are gray areas. There are places where you should put other people first, and there are some places where you should put yourself first. But I think the big thing to take away is you have to realize that putting yourself first doesn't necessarily negatively affect other people. If I think of the core reason that I usually don't put myself first, it's because I want to help other people. Like if a friend comes to me and says, hey, I need this, can you do this for me? Even if it's out of my means or out of my way, I'll put myself out there to help them. Because in my mind, I'm the better person. Well, not better than them, but I'm being a better person by helping them. Even if it doesn't necessarily help me, or if it even negatively sometimes affects me in some way. The fact that I was able to help them, make them feel better, should make you feel better, right? And you would think so. Because you kind of get that serotonin dose, you boom! I helped this person, yeah, I'm a little screwed over, or even maybe not screwed over. I'm going a little bit of the negative there. But you get this mentality that, oh, I just helped somebody, I feel better. It doesn't even really matter what I am going through. I was able to give out and reach out and do something. The reason I think this is a bad mentality, and hear me out because this is a long explanation, putting yourself even second puts you in a mentality where you're constantly feeding off of that other person's happiness or that other person's level of gratitude. So now I'm not just living my life for me, I'm living my life for other people. And you know what? It's my life. I'm not going to waste myself living it for other people. Yes, it's great to help other people. I'm not saying don't help other people. What I'm saying is don't go out of your way or out of your means to help other people. And this is why. This is some advice I actually, believe it or not, learned while I was becoming an insurance broker, which I'm not anymore. So that panned out. Point is, my one friend who was also an insurance broker at the time, or he still is, I assume, he was doing insurance part-time. The reason for that is he coached if I remember correctly, a Little League baseball team. And he wanted to be there for that team. He felt that his time was best invested helping that team out by being there, by being a coach, by being an emotional support for them, by being able to help them physically by being there. And he thought, I'm only going to work part-time at this job, make a decent amount of money, not a whole lot, but enough that I can still have free time to take care of my crew. And most people would say that's awesome. You're putting the people that you care about first, and that's important. Now stick with me till the end of this explanation, as I've said twice, because this is going to get a little controversial. He was wrong. Being there for that team was actually not the best thing he could do, for himself or for them. So what did he do? Now this is a little anecdotal. He then quit being a coach. He went full-time into the job he was working at, which he loved, by the way. Don't necessarily take that advice if it's a job you dislike, but that's a whole nother topic. Point is, he loved this job, but he only did it part-time because he wanted to also do the other thing. So he quit doing the other thing, he went full-time into this, and then the whole time in the back of his head, what can I do to help this team out? So by doing this, he put himself first. He decided, what can I do to make me better, me stronger, me more reliable? Went into this job full-time, made a lot more money, and then this is the best part. When he started making all this extra money, he used it and he gave it to the team through buying them new equipment, buying them all this other cool stuff that they didn't have before. So by taking care of himself first, he was actually able to take care of the team that he originally put before himself first better by putting them second. And that's important because you have to remember that just because I'm putting you first doesn't mean I'm actually doing you a service. Putting yourself first is the priority, and the reason for that is because you can't lift somebody out until you've gotten out. And this is actually, I think, from rapper T.I. You have to get yourself better. You have to get to yourself to a point where you can get out of the poverty or out of the level of negativity, whether it's financial negativity or if it's social negativity. You have to get yourself out of that. You get out and then you reach back in and you pull someone else out. Getting yourself better doesn't mean you're neglecting or you're forgetting the people that you care about. What it means is you're getting yourself to a point where you're more capable, you're more adept, and you're better suited to help those you give a crap about. If I'm poor, I don't have a good job, I don't have great hygiene, I'm not taking care of myself, how am I going to help somebody else out? I have to be to a point where I can be a role model for somebody, I can be a financial benefactor to somebody, I could just be an advice guru to somebody. The point is, you get yourself to a point where you can then reach back and pull someone out. So the next time you think, maybe I should put this person before me, stop and think. There are some situations where putting somebody else first is the better option. So I don't want a blanket statement and say don't ever do that. But what I want to get across in this video is just, the next time you think, am I putting myself first or second, really think, what would help that person or group more? Me going out of my way and suffering a little bit to help them now, if that's the case, or getting myself in a position where I'm better and it doesn't affect me as negatively to help them. I think I'm going to ramble a little bit on this one, but I hope that helps you guys in some way, shape, or form. Remember, putting yourself first is not necessarily a bad thing. Putting yourself first sometimes is actually more beneficial to the people around you than it is to put them first. And it doesn't have to make sense. Bye. Also guys, thanks for sticking around. First off, if you watched till now, you guys are awesome. Thumbs up and subscribe because I know you like these advice videos. What I wanted to say is, what I want to start doing is, because I do a podcast, or I should say I've done a podcast, I'm going to continue to do it, mostly specifically towards these types of situations like advice and whatnot. So what I want to start doing is, once a week, I'm going to pick one person in the comments section. So if you want to enter in this contest, throw some comments down, what you feel about the situation, what feedback or questions you might have, whatever. And I'm going to pick one person that seems like they really care about the topic that week and invite them to Skype with me so that we can record a podcast about the topic. Basically, so whoever out of my advice videos comments and I feel is the most engaged that week, I will invite them to be a part of the podcast with me, if that's something you want to do. I think it'll be really cool. I hope you guys like it. If you do, throw a comment downstairs. Also like and subscribe and share these videos. Don't forget to share these videos out if you know somebody who might be affected or benefit from hearing this, because I notice a lot of times it's hard to tell a close friend advice. Honestly, as somebody who gives advice, it's way easier to tell you guys with no faces advice than it is to tell my friend sitting next to me. So if there's someone you feel would benefit from this, or if there's somebody you feel needs advice for something, throw it in the comments, and if it's something that I can speak to, I will. Because I love helping you guys out when I can, and you guys are awesome, and thanks for watching. Have a good week. Bye!